You are so much stronger than you think you are. As a victim of trauma and abuse, we believe ourselves to be weak. We believe that we weren't strong enough to prevent this from happening. But the thing is, it's the complete opposite. It's the bully and the abuser that are weak. They're the ones that are jealous of our shine. They're the ones that are jealous of our strength. And that's the very thing that they try to steal from us. So we're actually not weak. They made us weak because of their abuse. But we even gained more strength because we were able to break out of that. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. That's the thing. As a victim of abuse and trauma, we believe that we're weak. We believe that we're not strong. We believe that we haven't got the strength to fight back. We haven't got the strength to fight our perpetrator. But at the end of the day, it doesn't take weakness to be abused. It actually takes weakness to be the abuser. The person that abuses you, the person that bullies you, the person that tries to control you is actually jealous of your strength. They're jealous of your shine. And this is the very thing that they try to steal, the very thing that they try to keep for themselves, but the very thing that they try to take away from you. And this is it. We were never weak in the first place, but that person made us weak because we were vulnerable to our belief that they loved us. Because of childhood trauma, we became open. We became open in such a way that we craved love. We craved that validation that we didn't get when we were young. And in doing so, we wanted to believe that our abuser loved us. So this is the thing. We just led with an open heart. That does not make us weak. That makes us actually very strong. And what is so beautiful, and we have to keep remembering this, is that we never, ever, it's great strength to not become the abuser. Oftentimes, a bully or an abuser has been bullied or abused themselves, and they have gone down that route themselves as a way of trying to, feel strong. But it actually takes a coward to become a bully. And us empaths, this happens with narcissists. Narcissists think that the world owes them something from a tiny little bit of trauma. I'm not saying they didn't go through bad things, but what they went through was fuck all compared to what they fucking did to us. And yet, as an empath, we're actually so much stronger because no matter what abuse we went through, we can still lead life with an open heart. We can still live in love. That takes power. To break out of a narcissistic relationship, to break out of the control of another person, that takes power. We think, oh my God, I was so weak, I didn't have a strong enough personality to not be abused. But this is bullshit. The perpetrator picks on our strength. The narcissist sees something amazing within the empath, within the victim, and wants to steal it from themselves because they will not do the healing required to gain their own strength. This is weakness. This is cowardice. These people are not strong. You know what I mean? And then they steal our essence. They steal our shine. They steal our strength. They make us weak. That's not our fault. We're not weak in the first place. They steal that very thing that they want from themselves. But no matter what abuse we went through, we still broke free. That takes fucking power. You see, we forget that. We live in this bubble of trauma, and before we become aware, we punish ourselves. We're angry with ourselves. Why did I let this happen? How could I let this happen? Why wasn't I strong enough? But you were strong enough. You were strong enough to get out. You were strong enough for them to pick you in the first place. They chose you because you were strong. You know what I mean? They didn't choose, they're not going to, a narcissist doesn't pick on the weak because there's nothing to steal. And most of the time the weak are the bully anyway. You know what I mean? So, they pick on somebody who has something special. And I know this sounds fucking weird because, this is how evil the world is. Even a young child, that narcissist can see the shine. And that person will try and steal everything from them from the very moment they're born. That's how fucked up the world is, or how fucked up, the abuser is. But don't ever think that you're the weak one. You breaking out of that takes strength. You fighting for your own existence, your life, and to get your life back again takes strength. You know, and I was even thinking about this morning. You know, we're often deemed as weak if we succumb to alcohol, drugs, or promiscuity. And we're told, you know, that we're not strong, and we feel that we're not strong, you know, when we're in that bubble. But what we're doing is masking. We're surviving. We're surviving after such abuse and trauma, such pain, and we're trying to forget it. And that's why we succumb to alcohol or substances or anything that's, you know, addictive, is because we were trying to just survive after what we went through. But didn't we break out of that as well? And that's the beauty of it. Like, we have to stop punishing ourselves for something that happened to us. We didn't do it. We weren't weak. We were literally picked on because we were actually really strong. And it was only because of our open heart and, I suppose, our inner child wounding that we were, it was able to be stolen from us. Like, this is what, I'll explain it. As a wounded inner child, we lived a life of hope. We lived in hope to find somebody to love us. We lived in hope to find somebody that matched our open-heartedness. And we ended up being lied to. And, you know, this abuser pretending to love us, showing us that this was this is how love should be. So we weren't weak, we were just hopeful to find the love we never had as a child. And the narcissist or the abuser preys on this, and they will pretend, love bomb, manipulate, and because of that inner child just seeking that validation, we believe it. That doesn't make us weak. That just makes us human. You know what I mean? So we believed that person loved us. And in a way then, that person was able to prey on that vulnerability. It doesn't make us weak. It doesn't make us weak. It just made us wanted us, it just made, we were just seeking for that love. And that's all it was. But for you to actually endure such trauma through childhood and through narcissistic relationships and break free from that, you're the one that was bullied and abused, but yet you were able to fight for your life again, in a sense. If you were the one that was, you know, who had to drink and take drugs to mask that pain that you felt, you broke out of that. You found your life again. That's powerful. That takes massive amounts of strength. You know, and we keep belittling ourselves, shitting all over ourselves, saying, fucking hell, we keep saying, why did I let this happen? Why wasn't I strong enough? Change the fucking perception here. You were strong. This is why they picked on you. You broke out of that. That takes massive amounts of strength and power, especially after they stole your strength. You know what I mean? You weren't weak going into that relationship, but they made you weak. They stole your essence. And for you to still have enough power within you to break away, that's magical. You're not just a survivor. You're a fucking warrior. You know what I mean? And we never give ourselves the credit for that. We never see it from that perspective. We see it from the victim mode. You know, and I don't mean that in a bad way. We've only known abuse and trauma. We've only known that we were the punished. We felt weak. And I know what it's like to lose myself. I really do. And I know what it's like to have that power taken away. But that was it. The power was taken away. It wasn't that I was weak. I was made weak by the abuser. The same way with any of us. We weren't weak. We were strong people who just wanted to be loved. This was from a wounded inner child. That wasn't weakness. It actually takes great strength to have an open heart. You know, and this is the thing, like, you know, we were told, you know, it's weak to cry. It's weak to be emotional. It's weak to be vulnerable. My fuck, Jesus, like, it actually takes great power and strength to be vulnerable. It takes great power and strength to be who you are. It takes great power and strength to break out of the matrix system and own your authenticity. You know, we're told you have to be a certain way to be strong, or you have to do this, or you have to do it this way. You can't cry, you can't show emotion. That's weakness. Oh, no. Crying, vulnerability, authenticity. This takes great power to break out of a system that was an abusive system, to break out of an abusive relationship or abusive family dynamic. This takes fucking power. This takes strength. Instead of following the crowd like a fucking sheep, no, that takes weakness. Doing what everyone else is doing is weak. We're the survivors, we're the warriors who have broken out of these narcissistic abusive relationships and family dynamics. You know, instead of the shit of saying, oh, you have to stay with your family because they're fucking blood. No, if someone is toxic and if someone is abusing you, it doesn't fucking matter. It takes strength to be on your own. It takes strength to walk away from what people are telling you not to walk away from. That takes power. You know what I mean? Like, and it really does. To follow the guidance in your soul, the guidance of the universe, to be your authentic self, to not follow the fucking toxic dynamic of generations, to break those generational curses. That takes fucking strength. You know, and I know a lot of the times after we do make these decisions, we feel weak again. We feel isolated. We feel alone, and we feel like, where's my power gone? Your power has always been there to make those decisions, to choose your own health and happiness so that you can be a better service to yourself and others. That takes power. That really fucking does. To be vulnerable takes such massive strength. It does. You know, it takes courage to be brave. It takes courage to speak your truth. And like, you know, even for me, I lost my voice my whole life. I've probably, for lifetimes, I have lost my voice. I was the quietest little fucking child you will ever meet because from a very, very young age, I was unseen and unheard. You know what I mean? And I just gave up. I stopped fucking even talking, really, because it was just like, no one sees me, no one hears me. My whole life I was told to shut up and my opinion didn't fucking matter. And now I'm using my voice. That takes strength. That takes power. You know, I was weak when I was but when I was in those situations where I didn't have that, you know, that voice because somebody stole it from me. It wasn't that I wasn't strong, it was stolen from me. I was made weak by an abuser because I had strength initially. And it was taken away from me. But I still had the power to break free. And like, you know, I have to give myself that credit. Because like, you know, I was in a nature narcissistic relationship and that went to shit after a massive trauma. I broke out of those things. I broke out of that trauma. I healed from that trauma. That takes strength. I thought I was weak because it happened to me. No. I'm strong because I, you know, survived it. I survived a physically abusive relationship. I got out of that. I survived it. You know, and then the unhealthy family dynamic. I lost myself so completely. I was gone. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, I even looked at pictures the other day. You know, and I took pictures of my relapse with the toxic family dynamic. Every day, or not every day, every few weeks I took a picture. Not because I felt good. Not because I looked good. But because I wanted to see my progress. I wanted to see, as I was healing, how I transformed. And I did. And that takes strength. To be able to look at a picture and see how lost I was, how gone I was, and then to see the pictures after that, watching myself gain my strength again. That takes power. That's not weakness, that's power. So we have to keep remembering how strong we really are, what we've survived. This makes us warriors. We're not weak. Our personalities are not weak. We're strong because we survived it. We're strong because we broke out of it. We're strong because we made the hardest decisions in our lives to walk away from these toxic people. You know, we're making decisions that go against society, our families, our peers. You know, we're making decisions that people will call us crazy for. We're gaining our strength, our authenticity, our voice. That makes us strong and powerful. We're not weak. You know, we're breaking away from what wants to make us weak. This fucking system wants to make us weak. Those toxic family members want to make us weak. Those toxic relationships want to make us weak. Those narcissistic bosses want to make us fucking weak. But they can't. Once we use our own fucking voices again, once we speak our truth, once we fight for ourselves, once we live in our authenticity and make those hard decisions, this is what makes us strong. We're the strong ones. We're not the ones that are going to turn into bullies because we were bullied. We're the ones who are going to help the next person because we've helped ourselves. This takes power. This takes strength. So know this. Remember this. Look back on every battle that you fought. Every decision you had to make that no one else fucking wanted you to make. Every dynamic you had to leave. Every toxic situation you broke free from. That's fucking powerful. It really fucking is. So don't be telling yourself you don't have a strong personality. You have the strongest personality. You really fucking do. And to make those hard decisions for yourself, live your life in authenticity. Be vulnerable. Speak your truth. Own your voice. Own your life. That takes power. That takes strength. So believe me when I say this, you are stronger than you fucking think you are. You have gotten through every single battle, every single day. What's that quote? If you think you can't get through a bad day, remember your track record. And you got through every single one of those bad days 100% of the time. You fought past every barrier. You climbed every fucking wall. You broke free from every toxic situation. That takes power. That takes strength. You are not just a survivor. You're a fucking warrior. So own that shit. That is true. Authenticity, vulnerability, speaking your truth, walking away, making those hard decisions. That's what takes strength. Your abuse did not make you weak. It made you fucking stronger. Your experiences make you who you are. And you are genuinely a warrior for everything that you have battled through. So please remember that. You are stronger than you know. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help in your journey, please book me for a discovery call today. I'd love nothing more than to help you on your path.